In this video, I will show you how to work the herringbone stitch, which is a really great stitch for interior products, and we use it in our Kozilek blanket. And in this video, I'll be using our Crazy Sexy wool in Rocky Grey and a pair of our 15mm rosewood knitting needles. So let's get started. So to work the herringbone stitch, you need to first cast on an even number of stitches, and for this particular sample, I've cast on 20 stitches. So to work this stitch, there are two different pattern rows which you must alternate between. So let's start with pattern row 1. So to begin pattern row 1, you need to knit the first stitch. Now slip the next stitch. Do this by inserting the tip of your right needle as if to knit the stitch normally into that stitch, but instead of knitting it, just slide it off. Now knit the next stitch. So the following steps which you're going to do are how you're going to form this zigzagging pattern. So you'll see what I mean right now. So you're going to insert the tip of your left needle into the stitch here that you just slipped, and you're going to pass it over the end of your right needle. But don't take out your left needle, keep it like so. So now what you're going to do is insert the tip of your right needle back in, wrap your yarn around as if you're knitting, and complete as a normal knit stitch. So you can now see that you've got two loops coming out of this one loop here. And now it's safe for you to slide that loop off your left needle. So let's see that again. Slip your next stitch, knit your next stitch, then insert the tip of your left needle into the stitch that you just slipped and pass it over the end of your right needle, but do not drop it off your left needle. Now insert the tip of your right needle back in, wrap the yarn around as if for a normal knit stitch, and now it's safe for you to slide that loop off your left hand needle. So just keep on repeating those two stitch steps right across pattern row 1. I'll keep on doing it so you can see again how it's done. So slip the next stitch, knit the next stitch, insert your needle into that slip stitch and pass it over the end of your right needle, insert your right needle back in, wrap the yarn and work another knit stitch and slide it off. And you can see that you're beginning to get these bars, which is the slip stitch being passed over that stitch, and that's how you create the zigzagging herringbone pattern. So just keep on repeating those stitches right to the end of your row. Like so. And this creates a really nice dense fabric if you use it on smaller needles, or we use it on our 25mm needles for the Kozilek, and it creates a far drapier fabric, which makes for a really great cozy blanket. It's a fairly easy sequence to remember, and you'll soon find that you get into a rhythm with it. Just remember, slip, knit, pass over, and then knit again. And if you're doing it correctly, you should never find that you've increased or decreased your total number of stitches. It should always stay the same. So keep on repeating that sequence until you've got one stitch left of your row. And to finish pattern row 1, just knit that last stitch. So after pattern row 1, your piece should look something like this. And now it's time to work pattern row 2. So to work pattern row 2, what you're going to do is insert your needle into the first 2 stitches as if you're going to purl them together. So wrap the yarn around and pull it through as if you're purling 2 stitches together, but do not slip those 2 stitches off your left hand needle. And so now what you're going to do is insert your right hand needle into just the first stitch on your left hand needle, as if to purl, wrap your yarn and complete as a normal purl stitch. So you should now find that you've got 2 loops on your right hand needle, and so now it's safe to slide those 2 loops off your left hand needle, like so. So let's see that again. Insert your needle as if to purl 2 together and complete the purl 2 together, except do not slide those 2 stitches off your left hand needle. And now insert your right hand needle back into just that first stitch, wrap the yarn, complete as a normal purl stitch, and then slide those 2 stitches off the left needle. So you want to just keep on repeating those steps of purling 2 together and then purling back into the first stitch over and over again until you reach the end of your row. So this is a really relatively simple stitch once you know what you're doing. Only 2 pattern rows, but I think the fabric looks a lot more complex, so makes for really great cushions and blankets. So you're nearly at your end now. So when you've just got 2 stitches left, repeat those steps that you've been repeating right across your row, working as if to purl 2 together, then purling into just that first stitch. And then slide out that needle. So that's how to work pattern row 2, and if you just alternate between pattern row 1 and pattern row 2, you'll continue to work in the herringbone pattern.